I'm Trent Mell. I'm President and CEO of First Cobalt. So First Cobalt got its start about a year ago in what's called the Cobalt camp in Canada, and we have since announced a transaction that's going to bring us into the US. So what makes us a little different, we're taking advantage of a real change in mobility around the world, but by trying to lock up Cobalt assets in North America. And North America is quite different. It's got some very high grade, smaller assets, smaller in terms of capex, easy flow sheets. And so our strategy has become the go-to name, not just in the cobalt space, but also with a focus on producing and refining metal in our continent. So last year was really about building the company. We put the team together, we got some assets, merged 3 companies together to lock up half of the Canadian Cobalt camp. And this year's really about execution. We raised $30 million at the end of last year. A lot of that's going in the ground in the Cobalt camp, and now we're acquiring a new asset in Ontario to allow us to lend our balance sheet to that as well. And with the refinery sitting in the middle of that, the milestones really in the past are going to serve us well as we seek to develop some assets and bring them on stream. We're going to be vertically integrated with 2 high-grade North American assets. So my team, first and foremost, Frank Santaguida, who was principal geologist with First Quantum. Cobalt is, from the mining side, we've never really looked for cobalt assets as a primary focus. And yet, as I looked around the exploration field and who's got expertise in that space, Frank is about as good as it gets. He lived in Zambia, he's worked in the DRC, Finland, Australia, Canada, and he brings with him 25 years experience, and under his leadership, we built a really strong team in the Cobalt camp. The other key member of the team would be Peter Campbell. He's an engineer with 35 years experience. Got his experience initially with Falconbridge, which is now Glencore, and he also spent more than a decade as a sell-side analyst on the street, so it brings a good skill set to us. The key message to investors that I'd want to get across is we're at the early stages of cobalt. Lithium had its run 3 years ago, but somehow we forgot that cobalt's a key ingredient in lithium-ion batteries. We've got a dearth of investing opportunities out there. We've tried to create a go-to vehicle with good liquidity, a good team, and a good asset base. And I think the fundamentals on cobalt as a commodity are pretty strong for the years ahead. One-to-One has been a great conference. I think the organizational side of things has been second to none. Quality investment opportunities, and One-to-One finds itself in all the key markets in the world. So I'm very happy to be here.